Hey there, everybody. Welcome in the kitchen with Tally Faye. Hope everybody's doing good. It's a great day here on the hill in Iola, Texas. So I'm in here working. All that garden stuff is coming in, and it is on, y'all. It's fixing to really be on. But I got a lot of stuff going on in here this morning. I'm working on some canning. I had to buy me a new pot, a new big old canning pot, and the label won't come off of it. So I guess I'm just going to have to keep working on it. It drives me crazy, but anyway, as long as it cans, right? It's doing its job, whether it's got an old label stuck on it or not, but either way, I'm glad to have it. My old one, poor old thing, it sprung a leak finally, and I just had to do away with it, but I got my money's worth out of it a long time ago. But anyway, this canning thing, you just in here. Yeah, once that garden starts coming in, it's on. So while I'm in here canning, I got everything else, under control at the moment. So I'm fixing to get in here and work on me and Buzz a quick little dessert for this evening. And this is a recipe. I seen it online, and so I'm kind of sort of doing it like it says and stuff. But anyway, it's kind of gonna have my little thing to it. And it's a chocolate coconut bar, y'all. Okay, and I am making half a recipe of it because it's what I seen made a 9x13 dish, and Buzz and I just don't need that. So it's obviously easy enough to double this recipe, okay? If you want to make a 9x13 dish of it. And I just got me a 9x9 with my little corn flour dishes. I got it sprayed, okay? My oven is preheated on 350 at the moment because we got to make the crust first, and then we'll make the topping after we get the crust done. So for the crust, here we go, y'all. It's really a simple recipe. I love this part of it. But I have here a half a cup of all-purpose flour, and I just dumped it on top of there. It's a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, okay? So I'm gonna put that salt and flour in there. 1/4 teaspoon salt, half cup flour, okay? I'm just gonna kind of mix it around a little bit just for a second. All right, let me see if I can get y'all closer than that. Absolutely. Okay, that'll help some. Anyway, so there's my flour and my salt. Next, I have a 1/4 cup of powdered sugar, y'all. That's powdered sugar now, not granulated. I'll mix that up in there a little bit. Okay. Next, I have a 1/4 cup of butter. So, and it's kind of chilled a little bit. It's not melted, in other words, anyway. So, matter of fact, I'm going to take it, I'm going to pinch me up so it'll hopefully mix in here a little bit quicker, easier. Just pinch it up like that. I'm probably going to end up having to take my hands and working this, but I'll try to do it with this veggie thing because let me get a rag. Because it makes like a rough dough. It's going to be a little rough like. Let's see if I can push that all in there a little bit. Work it around. That's my powdered sugar, my flour, my salt, and my butter, okay? I just don't have the patience for it, y'all. I just don't have that kind of patience. I ain't got time. I got to move on. Getting her done, y'all, okay? So I'm just going to take my hands and I'm going to do it like this, just like if I was squeezing shortening in my biscuit dough, Get this all kind of crumbled up together. Like I say, it's going to be a little rough looking dough that we're going to press in this pan here in a second. Now it's coming together. Okay? Alright, I'm going to go ahead and add my 1/4 cup of chopped walnuts in here. Okay? I'll work them in there with it while I'm squishing it around. Oh my goodness, the good Lord gave you hands for a reason, y'all. That's so much easier than trying to work with that hand thing. doing that. Okay, see, it's balling all up together now. And this is going to be our dough in the bottom of our pan for our chocolate coconut bars, okay? It's kind of like, this is kind of like a shortbread in a way, I think. There we go. Look, I'm going to show y'all up close now. That was easy enough. See how it's all crumbly, but you can squeeze it together and it stays. See there? Okay. So now, back y'all up again. Like I said, I got my little pan here sprayed. I'm just going to take this and dump it in there now. And now I'm going to press it out in here, in the bottom. Just take it and press it out. What did I say? It's a 1/4 cup of butter, a 1/4 cup of powdered sugar, a 1/4 cup of chopped nuts, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and a 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour. And that's all there is that goes in this. So now I have my oven, y'all, preheated on 350. And I'm going to put this in there. And I'm probably going to bake this thing for, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes. It's not like I'm even trying to get it even brown. I just want it to kind of blend together a little bit in there in the heat in the oven, like, you know, and almost par baked. There we go. We'll call it almost par baking it like. Okay. I got it pushed down in there best I'm going to. Like that. I'm going to put it in the oven. Like I say, it's on 350. It's preheated already. And I'm going to bake this in there for about 10, 15 minutes tops. I don't know. We'll see when I get it out there. But there it is, okay? We'll come back and we'll put the topping on here. Our chocolate and coconut. Alright, y'all. It's been about 10 minutes. That's all I'm going to leave them in there for, okay? Let me get them out of here. Down here. I'm fixing to kick my oven back down now. See, I did that on 350. I'm going to turn my oven down to 325, okay? Let's see. Okay, I've got my oven turned down to 325, and I want y'all to see this up close. See, that's all. It's just, I mean, it's just barely done there, like, because we're fixing to bake this stuff for, probably about 25 minutes or something like that. But that's what we're going to do here, okay? All right, let me see if I can get y'all up close now that I got that part done. I want y'all to see how I do this as best you can. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do, y'all, is I have a can of sweetened, condensed milk, okay? Not evaporated, condensed milk, the sweetened condensed. I'm going to pour half of this can over this crust, okay? It doesn't have to be precise, all right? Let's just pour what we think is a ballpark thing of half of it on there. That's probably good enough right there. This booger's hot, so I'm going to take it and I'm going to roll it around on here to cover that crust, okay? And that crust is hot, so it, you know, it'll let it kind of thin out enough to do what I'm wanting it to do there. Cover that crust really good. Okay, there we go. Good enough. There's a half a can of sweetened condensed milk, y'all. Okay, now, I want to tell y'all this real quick. This is the semi-sweet chocolate chips that you get to make chocolate chip cookies and stuff with. Y'all, I have no willpower about snacks and stuff in the pantry. So that's why I make so much homemade stuff, y'all. I cannot keep junk food in the house. Because don't think I don't like junk food. I do. I like junk food. But junk food does not like me. And I'm old enough, I don't need to be pressing my luck with all that stuff or whatever, you know. Anyway, the chocolate chips, Y'all see they're in this Ziploc baggie? That's because I buy the big bags, not that single bag that you make a single recipe of chocolate chip cookies with. I buy that big double bag. Well, I buy 2 bags. I messed up. I messed up and bought 2 bags this last time because I wanted 1 bag for me to nibble on while I'm watching TV. I eat them like popcorn, y'all. Semi-sweet chocolate chips. I can just sit here and just eat them. And this is all I have left of the 2 bags. Buzz told me, he said, you're going to eat the other bag. And I said, no, I'm not. I bought 1 bag for me to nibble on and 1 bag to bake with. So, y'all, I had to make something quickly. That's why I'm making this recipe today, so I at least use some of these chocolate chips to bake with. Don't be hating on me because I don't have no willpower. But anyway, I love them, y'all. So I'm fixing to put me some on here. I'm going to get to bake with some of them. All right? Now, as far as how much, I don't know, y'all. I don't think it matters. You're just going to cover it, okay? So in case somebody needs some kind of measurement, I've got a 1/2 cup scoop here. Let's see. We're just going to sprinkle these chocolate chips all over the top of this. Okay, I'm going to put more than that. I want a little bit more than that. So, y'all, I'm going to say then about, for this measurement, about 3/4 of a cup of the, I'm using the semi-sweet chocolate chips. Apparently, you can use any kind you want or whatever. But that's my choice of chips, is the semi-sweet ones, okay? Now, I have the sweetened coconut, okay? So, I'm going to, there again, I don't know on that part, y'all. So, we'll dig us out a 1/2 cup here, okay? I'm going to have to sprinkle it with my hands to get it even. Y'all, this has to be some delicious stuff, right? And y'all, I think this reminds me of some kind of recipe that I swear I've eaten as a kid or whatever, some kind of church function or something. I don't know. I don't think this is some kind of new recipe, but it's definitely one that I don't know about it, but it just seems familiar. I'm grabbing me a little bit more ham, so we're going to say 3/4 cup of your chocolate chips and 3/4 cup of your sweetened coconut, okay? So that gives you a measurement if you want a measurement. Now, I have a 1/2 cup of chopped walnuts here. I think that's going to be too many because I've got nuts in my crust, right? Let's see. If you love the nuts, put them on there. And I do like the nuts. I really do. And Buzz loves nuts. I don't know, y'all. I might do it. I don't know. It's almost like there's not enough to leave in there, right? This is a 1/2 cup. I would say a little less than that, y'all. But I'm going to go ahead just because I've got them chopped up and put them on there, okay? Because that ain't going to bother us. But anyway, y'all, that is it. That's all we got to do now. So we're going to take this, and the oven is on 325 now, right? So I'm going to put it in there, and supposedly around 25 minutes. We'll see what it does, you know, how long I'll leave them in there for, and I'll show y'all the goodness when they come out. All right, y'all. I let them cook for 25 minutes. I did the 25-minute thing on them, and it toasted the coconut on there beautifully. Let me show you here. See, it's just toasted on the top. Everything's, look, there you can see the layers of the chocolate and the coconut and your shortbread crust on the bottom. And then your toasted nuts and stuff with it on the top. Y'all, I ain't gonna lie. These things are delicious. I just took them out, let them cool, and then I just cut them up with my little spatula thingy. Took me one out and tasted of it. And y'all want to know what I said about the chocolate chip thing, you know, being that I have a problem with that. It's delicious in there. This is the semi-sweet chocolate, okay? So you can get whatever chocolate in there you like on them. I think, you know, whatever chocolate you like on your chips would work. But do your crust just like I did it on that, 10 minutes tops. Don't bake it anymore. Because that way it does on the bottom just right, y'all. Just right. And see on the edges? Oh, the little edges and stuff are delicious. So, y'all, this is definitely worthy. Absolutely worthy. It's going to be one in the books for me. For sure. It's your chocolate coconut bars. And y'all give it a try. Great dessert. Pretty quick and easy, too. Wouldn't it? Listen, thank y'all. Love you guys, and y'all have a good one. I'll see you next time in the kitchen with Tally Faye.